Hello and welcome to the Wellness Journey podcast with me, Rhi Bowden.
And me, Suzanne Williams. This is a special two-part episode, calm in the Christmas chaos, to help you through this festive, sometimes busy time of year.
Yes. So this fabulous two-part episode. So we're splitting it up into two parts. We're going to talk today about the lead up to Christmas.
Before the day.
Before the day. And then our part two is going to talk about Christmas Day itself.
Yes, the big day.
Yes.
And hopefully we're going to help you on the journey and make it easier, make it nicer, more jolly and bright.
Yes, because Christmas is a time where, we're supposed to be happy and jolly and, a time for celebration. And for lots of people, it's not like that at all.
You just want to get through it. You hear people saying, I just want to get through it. And that's not what we look forward to, is it? Because we all look forward to it, at some point in the year maybe. And we don't want to spoil that. We want it to be merry and bright. We want it to be a miraculous time of year where people are good and people are kind and we're having fun.
Yes.
But there's lots that we put on us, don't we? We put these limitations on us so that we take away a bit of that joy. So we're going to have a little look at that now in this episode. Maybe starting with shopping.
Oh, yes.
Shopping.
I mean, even just the word shopping fills me with anxiety, just that word. I'm not a great shopper anyway. I don't enjoy shopping like any time of the year. It's not something that I enjoy to do. It doesn't fill my cup. It doesn't bring me joy. So when you have loads of people in the shops as well, and the busyness of that, lots of people around, and you can sense the tension. I mean, already in the shops, I'm sensing the tension, I'm sensing the busyness.
Yes.
So instantly, I want to retreat to my house and go, oh, stay away.
Be cozy.
Stay away, be cozy. So it's not something that I enjoy anyway. And yet, I guess there's that pressure of, well, you've got to shop for gifts and everybody must have a gift. And, you have to have, matching pajamas and you must have whatever, cups and, decorations. And this seems to be this pressure, I guess through when you're watching adverts, when, social media, there's things coming at you all the time of how Christmas should look.
Yes, how it should
look. And Christmas Day, this table filled with food and a Christmas tree that is perfectly decorated with, tons of presents underneath overflowing. And you're, I guess within you, particularly as a parent of children, you're thinking, I must do this for my kids. I must make it magical. I must make it special. And so the pressures come on straight away to, gotta go out and get. And it takes a strong person to actually go, hang on.
Yeah, definitely.
Do I actually need to buy this? Do I need to do this? What is it all about? And for me, Christmas is just about being with my family, being with your loved ones, having time off work, just being together and enjoying that company and enjoying the connection. And that is what is special for me. And so I have to keep reminding myself.
Yes.
And not get dragged into the chaos.
And I think that's a big key, isn't it? We get driven by the energy of a situation. And that's how advertising works, isn't it? It wants to create an energy of want and lack, which is what we then feed into. So if everybody at this time of year is feeding into that, then we are going to pick up on it. So a really good tip for things like that is go with a list of what you want and need, make that in a calm space. I want to get this and this. This is what I want. If that's what you do, and if you're going shopping, stick to it. Enjoy the vibe, but don't get carried away with it. And maybe shop at a time that's good for you. If you can do a late night shop, if that's calmer, or if you can do one in the day when it's less busy, you're going to be less carried away. And comparisonitis will come up at this time of year because you'll be comparing yourself to others in the shops, but everybody's life is different. That person there might have 3 trolleys full and maybe they're not happy. So it's about what makes me happy, what shopping experience will make me happy. The gift of giving is beautiful, but it's holding on to that feeling. I want to give this to my Auntie Jane because I think she'll love these socks. And I want to see her in these fluffy socks, cozied up in her room with a cup of hot chocolate. That's the feeling you're looking for. And that's why everybody's shopping. But they've forgotten that.
Yeah.
They've forgotten the giving. They've just got carried away in the frenzy. So it's the gift of giving, but that could be time with your family, giving them the gift of time.
Yes.
It's all a gift. Remember why you're giving gifts.
Yeah. And it could be you're giving a gift of, I've baked some cookies for you, or some mince pies. I've spent time lovingly preparing this, and this is what I'm doing. And the other, my top tip is always online shopping anyway, to avoid the chaos.
Yeah.
So
Good
I do everything online because I don't want to pick up that energy. I mean, there may be some things I have to go to a shop for, and I will choose times that are quieter times. I will always get up really early and go, as soon as things are open. Or sometimes I'm in, the supermarket at 4 a.m. because I would rather go when it's it's quieter.
Definitely.
But online is definitely an easier way for me and a less stressful way for me. So I choose those things.
And I think they bring you whatever brings you joy. I mean, I like the Christmas markets, these little cabins and lights. So there's the joy. It's going for the joy, isn't it? Shopping in those Christmas markets because of that joy and the smell of mulled wine and hot chocolate and the Christmas music. But it's outside, so you haven't got that vibration of energy in a shop of desperation, lack, need, time pressure. So making shopping joyful for you is an amazing one, which links a little bit to money, which is a big Christmas one.
Yes.
And it's very linked to lots of things for us, isn't it, as humans? We want to make everybody happy. We want to be happy. And sometimes we feel that big trolley in Smith's Superstore is more important than our feeling of, I have enough, it's okay, I don't need to do it all, and I want to feel abundant as I do it. And I want in January to still have some, to not be catching up. So be very mindful, isn't it, of money.
Yes.
This time of year, maybe set yourself a budget, and it's cool to stick to it.
Yeah.
It's really cool. They'll still have enough.
Yeah.
Everybody will still have enough. But you will then go into January feeling, I've got enough.
Yeah.
I've got enough to start the new year, the exciting new year. Be very mindful of money, isn't it? And enjoy it. Enjoy it.
And I think the feelings that come up around that as well. I felt very guilty that, I don't spend a huge amount on my children now, but when they were young and when Father Christmas was really important in their life, and when they made that connection with being good and having gifts.
Yes.
I found that really difficult. I was a single parent, and my budget was my budget, and I found it very difficult and felt very guilty for my children when they would come home after Christmas and say, well, so-and-so in school had, an Xbox or a PlayStation, or and they're really naughty in school. And that feeling, you feel guilty, and it's trying to let those feelings come, but also let them go and override it with, now hang on, my children, what they need is they need my time, they need my love, they need attention, affection, they need me.
Absolutely.
Way more than they need that PlayStation.
Absolutely.
And it's very difficult when this is the sort of stories, I guess, that they're hearing, and then they're thinking, oh, well, I'm obviously not. What does that mean? Yeah, what does that mean? Am I not good enough? Yeah. I haven't been good enough because of.
Definitely.
So it is a very challenging time with, decisions around money and what to spend or not to spend. But I think the important thing is, whatever your budget is, that's your budget. That's cool. And it's all good. And it doesn't matter what anybody else is doing.
No.
Does not matter.
No. And a really nice way to alleviate that, if that helps, if you want to balance, is putting in some play some lovely experiences. Film night, cheap, cheap as chips, a nice Christmas film, bake some Christmas, it's gone, bake some Christmas cookies. And they've got that love and warmth. So there's the present. There's the gift. They will remember that far more than their action figure, which they won't remember, possibly. So it's the Christmas experience. So balance that out. My budget's this, but I can do 4 Christmas films. We can go and have a walk around the street and see the Christmas lights on our street. We can go into town and see the free Christmas tree. Let's balance that out, and it will make you feel better about your budget, because actually your budget's going to be huge then, because those experiences are free.
Yeah.
And you can give all that, and that's an awesome way to do it.
And I love games as well. You know, if you've got
Board
board
games
or even just, you know, making up games with, it's brilliant. And I love that. And the kids have so much joy from that.
Oh my gosh.
So much joy with that
Memories.
interaction and the memories and how they feel in that moment.
And how we all feel, isn't it? That's what we want, that boards game. Christmas music in the background is free in so many respects. And also, you know, I'm a big Vinted fan at the moment. Actually, there's Christmas t-shirts from Vinted.
It's very
so
nice
you can
Christmas
change your budget. Can, you know, if you want to, there's other ways of buying things and going to charity shops and supporting wonderful things like that. That can really help us.
Yeah.
And that leads us into our role in a way. You know, do you have a really you feel a pressurized role at Christmas? I'm the present buyer. I'm the cook. I'm the organizer of Christmas activities. I'm the this. That's a big burden.
Huge.
So what do we do about that role? Because it isn't your role. You haven't got a CV with that on. You're not getting paid to do it. You're not going to get fired from your job. So how can you make that better? Can you delegate? Can you share with your family?
Yes.
That's got to be a cool thing.
Yeah, I think it can be a very challenging thing to delegate out.
Yeah.
Particularly when, you know, if that has always been your role and, well, I buy all the presents and I do all the shopping and I do the cooking and I sort the Christmas tree, I decorate the Christmas. If you've got those roles, it's really hard to sort of delegate, particularly if maybe, they're not going to decorate it how I want the tree decorated. They're going to put all the baubles in the wrong place.
Wrong branches.
Or
no way.
They're not necessarily going to buy the food that I would choose doing the shopping. Or they wouldn't choose the right gift for Auntie Jane.
Yeah, Auntie Jane, she likes a fluffy sock.
Yes. So it can be very challenging to let go of that role. So how would you suggest people could get through that? Susan, how would you suggest people could delegate and say, okay, I'm going to give that task to you this year?
We could make that fun, couldn't we? We could put the roles on the middle of the table, can't we? This is what we've all got to do at Christmas. Which one are you most excited about? Let people choose. Well, I like decorating the tree, or I'll do that present shopping because I pass a lovely shop on my way home from school or from wherever. But it is you that has to go. That's okay. I'm okay to give it up. If you didn't want to give it up, you wouldn't be feeling overwhelmed. So if you want to take the pressure off, it's your responsibility to let it go. The power is within you always. It's not your Uncle Jeff that's asking for all this stuff. It's you deciding to do it. So it's okay if I give over the tree to so-and-so. And you know what? I'm going to enjoy how they do it. Just for this year, maybe. And maybe it's okay that they put the pink baubles at the top and I usually put them at the bottom.
Yeah.
It's actually a good tool for life.
Yes.
You've got to let go of stuff.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you are always going to feel pressured and overwhelmed in every area of your life. So this is a really cool gift to yourself of learning to let go of the reins.
Yes.
Because Santa will fly his sleigh without reins. He does it by magic and by knowing who he is. So we've got to do that too. We've got to sort of give that over. Because it is you deciding to hold on to it all.
Yeah.
It is you going, I do them all.
Yeah.
So if that's pressurized, let some of it go.
Yeah.
It might actually help you with the rest of your life as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's a tool that we need to...
And we both know that, you know, increase in stress and being overwhelmed and being too busy leads to ill health.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
this time of year, you know so many people with colds and flu and getting sick, and it's because they're not resting enough, taking time for them, taking time out, being overwhelmed, being too busy, running around like crazy. So, you know, it's for your health as well.
Absolutely. And you're going to help
Sharing the
whole country that you're in by not using all the services because you've exhausted yourself, bless you. And now you've got the snuffles or you've got this and you've got that. You know, obviously there's a big link to stress and illness. It's huge. So be kind to yourself. Yeah. And think of it as being, you want your family want you healthy on Christmas Day.
Yes.
They want you healthy. So
and that is the most important thing.
See it that way. How can I help? Oh, okay. If I'm looking after myself, if I'm, looking after my mind, body, then I'm going to be present on Christmas Day. And that's going to give people joy, give people happiness, rather than a wrecked, run down, tired version of myself who's grumpy and cranky and
can't wait for Christmas to be over.
Yeah. Like the Grinch. Let's get it done.
Yeah.
Just because something has happened a certain way for many years, it does not mean that it has to be that way. We can change so many things.
Yes.
Especially this joyful, merry type of year. And choose, for me, something I do in the build-up is certain things I love about this time of year, and I make sure I put them into place. So I love certain things, and one of them is listening to Handel's Messiah. Love it. It makes me tingle. I like seeing something church related. I'm not religious, but I like I'm going to do the angel service in Cowbridge this year just to see the angels. And then I love Christmas movies. I love Christmas chocolate. I love decorating the tree. But I make sure I put in place my little joy things. So I've got that balance. The things that I like, the things that you like, put them into place so that you can balance out the stuff that you're not so keen on. And that's a big key for life. Make sure there's joy so that the other things are okay. Yeah. Because we need joy.
Yeah, we certainly do need joy. And linking in with that as well, I think, we sometimes are trying to make it so joyful for our children. If we're parents and you've got young children, you're trying to make it so joyful that you pack their schedules so much with, Santa, having tea with Santa, or ice skating, winter wonderland, or cinema trips.
I have been there. I have done it.
You've got all these things that you're trying to cram in, these must-dos. Well, it's Christmas, so I have to do all of these.
Definitely.
And not only, again, we talk about the expense of that, it's financially, that can be quite challenging.
Yes,
It's not cheap to go to the Panto and Winter Wonderland and all these things.
Afternoon tea with Santa.
No, it's not cheap at all. But also, you can say no to things and you can choose. So, okay, this year, which one of those shall we choose to go to? Yes. We don't have to do them all, and we don't have to say yes to everything, because there will be people asking you to do things all the time, friends and family, and the groups that you're in. Maybe the children are a part of,
sports clubs
and things like that, after school clubs, and they've got a disco, they've got a party, they're having a trip to the cinema, and before you know it, you're overwhelmed. Your diary is so overwhelmed that those little periods of joy that you want to do, that bath with the candles, reading your book, or cutting up, watching that movie with a box of chocolates. Sometimes you can't fit those in because you're so busy doing, making sure it's joyous and wonderful and magical for your children.
Yes.
And then you don't fit those things in. So I think
balance,
being able to say no,
absolutely,
not feeling guilty for saying no,
because you need to,
and
it's a boundary, isn't it? It's important. And you will get so much more joy out of Christmas by putting in these little things, little pauses, moments of joy, delegating the roles and focusing on what you have and making the lovely extras in the way that's good for you. That Christmas film on the sofa with some popcorn, just as magical.
And arts and crafts. I find that is lovely as well with the
definitely.
children, you know,
Making things.
instead of buying them, let's create things, let's make them, let's put those up. That
Definitely.
moment that you spend with them doing that, rather than in the shop buying it.
Yeah. Christmas music in the
Yeah,
background.
it's wonderful.
So we hope that that's been useful for your
Yes.
build up to the most beautiful day. And I hope it helps you lots on the journey.
Yes. Yes. So send in love as always. Thank you so
Always
much
love.
for watching.
You are awesome and magical.
Yes. Yes. You're awesome always, today and always.
Definitely.
And we look forward to seeing you in part 2, where we're actually going to talk about Christmas Day itself. So
See you soon.
See you
Share,
next week.
tag, and share the love with friends and family.
Yes. Yes. Send in love.